Hello and welcome to another video in this series Learn Piano with me. This lesson will be all about sharps. It's those little signs that look like hashtags. Now we're going to discuss what they mean and what two rules are about them. So firstly, a sharp sign looks like this. And what does it actually do to a note? It raises it. Now many people think that it immediately implies going on to the black key, but that is not the case. What you have to remember is a sharp raises a note to the nearest key upwards. So let's say we want to play G sharp. So this is a G and G sharp will be here. Let's say we want to play a D sharp. So this is a D and D sharp will be here. What if we wanted to play a B sharp? Now some people will say, well, there isn't a B sharp note. Yes, there is. Every single note can be sharp or flat. You just apply exactly the same rule, which says you raise the note to the nearest key above it. So you are right, it will be played in the place of a C note. So sometimes what you know as C will be called B sharp in some more complex key signatures. And now, what are the two rules about sharp signs? Have a look at this diagram here. And the first rule is where a sharp sign is by a specific note. That means only that note is sharp, or if we had exactly the same note before that bar ends. So as you can see, the second note I have put there is exactly the same one. In this case, it is an F sharp. And the second note, although it hasn't got any sharp sign by it, you will still play it sharp. So you still play it in the same place. You might have a question, what if the second note is also F, but it's in a different octave? Will you play it sharp? No, you wouldn't. So this sharp sign applies only to that particular pitch. So whichever note that is in the specific octave, in the specific hand, the rule says you will play all the notes if there are more of the same type in the same bar as sharp, and only the first one will have the sharp sign. In the second bar, as you can see, I've got a C sharp note with exactly the same rule. So this is just a simple example. You can use the same examples for the left hand. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted you to really remember and memorize that sharp as an accidental applies only to that note, or if there is another note exactly the same before that bar ends. The second rule is actually related closely to key signatures, which we're going to talk about it in a different video. But for now, I will just talk to you briefly for the sake of, again, the same sharp sign rules. So if one sharp is at the front of the stave or at the front, the beginning of the music, and you will see that if you have several staves piece, that each beginning will have exactly the same sharp sign. You don't even have to try and locate where it is written. It always means F notes. So all F notes will have to be played sharp. And now it doesn't really matter which octave, which hand. It can never be that you will have one sharp as the key signature in the right hand, and let's say two sharps in the left hand, or a flat in the left hand. They will always correlate, they will always be the same, because they just mean a specific structure, which I'll tell you in this case, in the case of one sharp, it means G major or its relative minor, E minor. That simply means that if you were to play a scale or all the notes in a row from G to G, including that F sharp at the end, you will have a perfect major scale. And if you were to play from E to E using F sharp along the way, it will sound like a perfect minor scale. So without the use of those F sharps, the tune will sound wrong. So the reason why we need those flats and sharps is to really recreate exactly the same major tune or exactly the same minor tune. And they obviously go on the increase. So today we're just briefly touching upon key signatures because this video is for beginners and I don't want to give too much information in one go. just so you are able to really understand and start applying this in your playing. So the second rule is where a sharp is part of the key signature. If it's one sharp at the front of the stave, remember you don't even have to try and locate the note. It always means F sharps. All F notes, that whichever octave you will see them in whilst playing that song or that piece of music, whether it's left hand or right hand, it will always mean play all F notes sharp. And you're right, as you're playing that music, you will not see any more F sharp signs. There might be some other accidentals, which just simply means, oh, erase that particular note in that particular bar, but all F notes will have to be sharp. Well, I hope this was useful. In the next video, we're going to talk about the same principle with flats. So stay tuned. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, share it with anyone who you know is learning to play the piano. Get in touch with me on all other platforms. Send me a message and let me know what you're working on and if there's any help that you need with anything. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.